And the pirate revisited. Thank you. Alright, there you go. Okay. Here it goes again. His name flashes on the screen and my stomach sinks. It's only a matter of time until he hurts me, intentionally, calculated in his efforts to rid himself of me. I wasn't always so careless with men. Once upon a time, when I was good and young and innocent and still whole, I had a wonderful man, a man who would go to any length just to see me smile, a man who would let nobody hurt me, least of all myself. It is my biggest regret that I didn't know the value of his love until it was gone. But such is the way with things too real and fragile for us to appreciate. I didn't know just how awful men are because I had the best. Lucky for me, I met a man who changed all of that. I'd known him before, as a small child. He was another drugged-out friend of my aunt's, another suppressed memory. We'd met before, but how was I to know? Ever obsessed with self-mutilation, I'd convinced my mother that a tattoo was in order to cover up my scars. Frowning, she agreed. Only to cover your scars, she said, to help you heal. We walked into the shop, and the electricity between us was alarming. My mother felt it right away. Her sharp, wise eyes noticed the way he looked at me. Still so green, I laughed. It was nothing. I took my sister with me to my appointment with him, a hummingbird on my hip for the child my sister had lost. I dreamt about the child. I wept in my sleep. He wants you, my sister said. Bad. No, he doesn't, I said. He was just being friendly. My sister pursed her lips, squinted her eyes, and said, She was a spitting image of my mother. I made another appointment with him. My mother begged me not to. Tattoos are forever. What is Grandma gonna think? You just want to stifle my creativity. I'm a grown-up, I argued. I can make my own choices. Let me become who I want to be. Fine, she conceded. Just stay away from him. What do you mean? I asked naively, my naivety showing. He's charming. He's attractive. He's married. Just stay away from him. She didn't know we had already begun. He sent me messages full of his longing for me, and I did the same. Every excuse I could get to see him, I would. Labor Day weekend, he had a party at the shop. I hung around like I did, like a kicked puppy. He introduced me to his daughter. We were the same age. The third appointment was at the Tattoo Expo. We had to be careful. My cousin, himself an artist, was showcasing his work. I had to pretend like we were just friends. I pretended so well, his employee, a cute guy far closer to my own age, took an active interest in me. He did not like that. For the rest of the day, his sour mood permeated. He barked orders at his staff and was short with customers. He was sweet as pie with me. I don't like the way he's looking at you. What do you mean? We were just talking. He's looking at you like I do, he said. And how's that? Like I want you. I need you. I crave you. He asked me out to beers with him and the gang, but I declined, drunk on his words. The pirate had hooked his mermaid. The fourth tattoo was the one. I was the last customer in the shop. The rest of the staff was there and passed around a joint and whiskey. One by one they left, and he continued working on my tattoo. There, he said, pushing back a tendril of hair that had fallen over his goggles. You're done. Are you hungry? Let's go out to eat. Okay, I said, eager to be seen together. He took me to the crepe place, and we sat outside underneath the stars and Christmas lights. He asked me about work and life, and if I was seeing anyone. No, I said. He grinned. I told him he knew my family, and his face sank. Holy shit, he said. You can't tell them about us. You can never tell them. I won't, I promised. We went back to the shop. He sat me up as if he were going to work on me. Stay there, he said. Stay still. Suddenly, my heart beat so fast that I couldn't feel it, and his face leaned closer and closer. He kissed me, and I shuddered. It was all slobbery schoolboy tongue, not the suave ease I had expected.
Real.
Sorry. You're so fucking hot, he whispered. He put his hands on my thighs and gave them a good squeeze. He moved his hands up and down my legs like he couldn't believe they were there. You have the most beautiful legs I've ever seen, he said. God damn. I stayed still, unsure how to proceed. He opened the closet, pulled out a jar, and handed me a pill. Take this, he said. What is it? It's just something to relax you. It'll make it better for both of us. I took the pill with a chug of Fireball. Stand up. He sat on a folding chair, watching me intently. I stood. Undress for me. Shaking, I pulled off my dress. Fuck, he said. He grabbed my naked hips, pulled me towards him. I'm gonna fuck you now, he growled, undoing his belt. Wait, I said, wear a condom. No, he said. No love, no glove, I declared. No glove, no love, I declared. He laughed. All right. He put it on and bent me over his desk, hands on my neck. He was big enough to crush me, and I felt small, young beneath him. I got lost at looking at us in the mirror, his red eyes locking with mine. He grinned in a way that I can only describe as wicked, and with the dexterity of having done it 1,000,000 times before, he pulled open his desk and pulled out a camera. In the glow of our forbidden sex, it took me a minute to realize what was happening. No, I yelled, trying to recoil, but he had me pinned. Just for a minute, look at the camera, he said. I couldn't move, so I tried to cover my face. Come on, beautiful, he said. I want to see your face when I watch this later. My face partially covered with one hand, I flipped him off with the other. He laughed. Okay, you brat. He put the camera away and let go of me. Come on. He took my hand and pulled me to the back room. Inside, a bed and bureau. He lit candles and told me to lay down. I did. He kissed me, caressed my legs, told me about his dreams. He entered quickly and made me do all the work. We lay there, breathing softly, intertwined. Tires squealed. A car door opened and shut. The dog started barking. Shit, he said. Shit. Be quiet, he shushed me and the dog. He blew out the candles. We waited, hearing the footsteps coming closer and closer. I braced myself, imagining all sorts of terrible things. You know what they say about a woman scorned. We heard her breathing right outside the window. I could hear my heart beat in time with his, both of us terrified. She left, her presence growing smaller as she peeled out of the driveway. That night, he clung to me as a small child does to their mother. I didn't sleep a wink. In the morning, he woke and rubbed himself against me. We tried, but our bodies just wouldn't cooperate. He jumped off on my face and jumped up to clean himself. Listen, he said, I know you get lonely up there and stuff in Oakland, but I don't want you to contact me. Don't call me, don't text me, and don't come around the shop anymore, okay? Bewildered, I said, okay, and asked if I could take a shower. I couldn't wait to get him off me. In the shower, I cried, wishing I had listened to my mother and stayed far, far away from him. When I emerged, poker face game strong, he sat drawn. I've got a client at 9. Okay, I'm on my way out. Okay. I feel terrible, I said. He looked up and laughed. You shouldn't. But I do. He stood up. Don't. I'm a dirty old man, and I seduced you. I guess. And with that, I left. For years, he tried to contact me. I was always polite, always pleasant. And then I stopped responding. Silently, I went about with the destruction he had taught me, how to get what you want from someone. And after you've used them up and left them dry and empty, move on. He also taught me how men play for conquest, not sustainability. And you know, after the artist, the pop star, the DJ, the dealer, the cokehead, the gypsy, the photographer, and currently the Mactivist. I'm tired of the game. I've had enough. I've had enough of your sugar-coated shit, your empty words designed to let you fill me up. I've had enough of your promises and priming and grooming and lying. I've had enough of you using me to inflate your own baseless ego. I've had enough of you calling me a crazy fat whore when I call you out on your bullshit and tired of your games.
Get it, girl.
I'm not here to stroke you or suck you or fuck you. Actually, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yep.
I've had it. I'm done. And I won't tell my family about you. I won't let them see the shame of the mistakes I've made with you, with my heart and my pussy. But I will tell the world.
Thank you.
I will tell him he's sad and insecure and thinks that he can take my energy, my fire, my light, and use it to fill the chasm of emptiness inside his soul.
Ow.
And they will do what he most fears. They will laugh at his patheticness. From now on, I will listen to my mother. And perhaps in time, I will find another, a good man who truly loves me. So fuck you, Captain. I will not accept your friend request. And to the Mactivist that tried so hard to woo me, I see right through you.
Yes.
And guess what, boo? This time around, I took screenshots. Thank you.